So let me see the next topic under the requirement modeling, that is data modeling concept. And please try to focus on this one because this is the input or prerequisite for understanding the concepts of UML, the concepts of upcoming scenario based modeling as well. Okay, so under this data modeling concept, we'll little bit talk about the data objectives and little bit talk about the data attributes and also relationship, right? So we'll go for the first data object. So as you studied in the object oriented programming, an object means what? Simply an object means an instance for a class. Simply we can call as. Now here we call as a data object. So we are just replacing, instead of the class, it deals with the data. It point out the data. So a definition for the data object is, a data object is a representation of composite information. What we can call here the composite information? A data is a combination of anything, like it may be a integer combination with the float, combination with the some double, combination with the character, all combination, it is composed into together. For example, if you take a student database, the name is a character, roll number is an integer, marks is a floating, like address is a combination of other, right? So it's a composite information that must be understood by software. So a data object is a representation of composite information that must be understood by software, right? So example, if you talk about in detail about the data object, a data object can be external entity. What is an entity here? An entity normally called as, for example, when you deals, a object may be considered as a, maybe a normal thing we can consider. See the different examples what we have for the external entities. So a data object can be an external entity. First of all, let me talk about this entity. An entity which can be consisting maybe a table, or maybe a human, or maybe a stakeholder, or something which can act in the real world. A real world thing will be considered as a entity. So an object can be an external entity. For example, anything that produces or consumer information. So you are going to be give the input for your software, or you are producing the output from the software. So producing means getting the output from your software. For example, if your software is a phone pay, what is the output of phone pay? A transaction. The consumers consuming the information. What is the input for a phone pay? The credentials as well as whatever the details of data you are going to giving for that. It is a consumer. So an input or output will be called as a external entity over here. Another example for an external entity, a data object, is a thing. A thing may be a report or a display. Report means what? Once you have done, you can go for the history. That is a report. Once you have done a transaction, it shows you successfully done. So on, so transaction successfully done. That's a display. That also becomes under as a data object. That is, a thing also be a data object. An occurrence is also be a data object. Example for an occurrence is a telephone call. That is an occurrence. Or an event is a data object. Example, an alarm. An alarm which is trigger you for a reminder. A role. Example, salesperson. Like it's also be a data object as an external entity. So an external entity may be a thing here, or maybe an occurrence, or maybe an event, or maybe a role, or an organizational unit. Example for organizational unit is like accounting department, financial department, or different departments are there in an organization. That also becomes under a external entity. Or an example is a place. Example, a data warehouse or a database is a place where you are going to storing all your details. Or an external entity is a structure. Example, a file. So what will be there in the files? A file consisting of set of things will be there, like in the form of a structure. So an external entity will be consisting all of this, right? That's the about data object. If you see in detail of the data objects, if you see this scenario, if you see the example over here, if you see the example in this one, what is this? This is a, no doubt about this, a car. So this car will be considered as a object for example, make sure this is a car. And now let me talk about what are the attributes over here and how this will be considered as a data objects. Now car is an object over this. The data objects, how we can be called here is making attributes are make, model, ID number, body type, color, owner. these are all the attributes or identifiers where we are going to be discussing about describing a non-object. Make, when it is a make, who make this? Lexus. What type of model? LS400. What is the ID number? AB123, like this. Body type? Sedan. Color? White. Owner? RSP. So this entire is an instance. This is one instance. So an instance will be called as a set of attributes or identifiers or descriptive attributes or referential attributes will be considered as an instance while you're representing a data object. So object means normally any type of entity over there. For that entity, for that object, you are going to be representing an instance. So an instance can be represented in the form of the naming attributes, in the form of identifiers, in the form of descriptive attributes, in the form of differential attributes. Say example here is Lexus LS400 AB123 sedan, white color. RSP is the owner for this. This entire record will be considered as a instance. Another instance is Shoe, this Corvette and X456 model ID number, sports body type, red color. CCD is the owner of this. All will be considered as a instance. So ties one data object to another, in this case owner. So it will be ties over this, means it will be a combination. It will be combining one to another. One to another is going to be combining over there. Okay. So that how we can be tabular representation of data objects. This is one best example to understand clearly how a data object can be represented. Coming to the data attributes. So just now we have seen the data object. Now in this one, data attributes. So data attributes defines the properties of a data object. Properties here means what? Just now we have seen the make, model number, ID number, all will be considered as a properties over there. And take one or more three different characteristics. One or more three different characteristics means what? Name an instance of the data object, or describe the instance, or make reference to another instance in another table. So this is how we are going to considering three characteristics. So a data attributes define the properties of a data object, and also take one or three, one of the three. One of the three means name as instance, or it describes with the help of some described attributes will be considered as an instance, or it make the references attributes to connect to the another instances. That's what we have seen in this example, right? In this table. So we have naming attributes here. Here we have naming attributes. So we can consider as a descriptive attributes to consider as a instance, or we can consider also referential attributes, or we can consider as a identifiers to make sure for an instance, right? So that is about the data attribute. So data attribute define the properties of a data object and take one of the three different characteristics. That may be name as an instance, or descript attributes as an instance, or make the references to another referential attributes consider as an instance to another table, right? So the last subheadings under this is, it is relationship. So relationship is very important over here, because to connect between these two, here, to connect of this one, data objects are connected to one another, So how the connection will be done is with the help of this link or relationship. So this is called as a connection between data object. So what are the data objects here? What are the objects here? Person, car. So data objects are person or maybe a car. So a person can buy a car. A person can drive a car. Like this, we can make a connection between this. And relationship between data objects. Data objects is here, connection between data objects. Now how the relationship is? It is a one. Person owns a car. Person owns insured to drive a car. Like this, person owns a car, or person insured to drive a car. That's how we can make a relationship between these two. Human being to human being is the connection between data objects. But human being to human being is, if you consider your family, in your family, all are human beings. Now, what is the connection between you and your father is father and son, daughter and mother, daughter and father, like daughter, son and mother. Like this, there is a relationship over there. When you talk inside a particular family, the relationship will be act over there. just when you talk between the human beings, just a connection is enough. That's both are all are human beings. But when you consider as a family, all family members are human beings. What is the relationship among each other? Means that will be talks about in the relationship. So that different types of relationships will be discussed in the UML concept, which is talk about in the next unit 3. So what we have discussed in this, we have discussed in the concept of data modeling concept, what actually data objects, data attributes, relationship. Data objects will be is a representation of composite information that must be understood by software, and the different examples how a data object can be an external entity. These are the different examples with a graphical representation, followed by data attributes. Data attributes just simply defines the properties of a data object with the help of any one of the characteristics. And relationship among them is data objects are connected to one another in different ways. That simply they can connect, or with the help of different relationships, they can going to be connect over there. Okay, so that's about the data modeling concept over there.